Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Along with Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see the Indiana Pacers defending home turf in the Eastern Conference. This game against Toronto here, it's their first look at the Raptors. Well, you look at last year, they just could not find their footing, guys. Against this team, they dropped all 3 games during the season.
And we'll see if anything's different this year because they didn't match up well with this team last year, getting swept in the season series.
And, Greg, not what you'd expect when you look at the standings. I think this game is important to them to try and turn the tables here.
Here are the 5 for the Raptors. DeRozan at the 2 with Ross playing the 3. Then it's Kemp. Then it's Corey Joseph. And it's Newton in its center. Paul George with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. A huge slam. The perfect end of the fast break.
And I love that the instant that steal was made, they were out in the open floor.
Ball pressure leading to the run out. Man, it doesn't get much nicer than that. That is sweet, sweet stuff.
Newton. No good. So the Pacers will take it the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at it.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And the free throws have been dropping for him at a rate of about 77% on the season.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And I like the fact that the defense is looking to protect the rim at all costs.
Definitely saved a layup with that foul, and he'll make him earn them from the line, and that's what you want to see.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Kemp a screen on Stuckey. DeRozan dishes to Kemp, and the foul on Miles Turner. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
First quarter, about a minute and a half in. Here's DeRozan. Score of the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And George kicks to Curry. Kemp with the steal. Now here's Joseph, guarded by Curry. Joseph, the pass to DeRozan. Shoots from the high post. The Pacers pull it in.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face. And the defense scattered all over the place on the break. Nice job finding the wide open 3.
Now here's Joseph. He picked up 12 points in their last win against Milwaukee.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
To the paint, Indiana moving the ball around. From 11 feet away, his first shot is a miss, 0 for 1 to start the contest. First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. It's DeRozan with the drive. Ross with a wide open look, sinks the three-pointer. Ross has got himself on the board with 3 there.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
Curry passes to Holmes. It's George on the wing. Clock at 6. Outside Curry. And again, it's the Pacers from deep.
This switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Raptors trail by 3. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Outside DeRozan. The screen from Kemp. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
Oh, boy, I tell you what, they don't get much uglier than the quarter he's having.
Yeah, and it's not showing any signs, Greg, of turning around here soon. I mean, his touch is basically gone AWOL.
Here's Joseph, following the basket by Rodney Stuckey. To the inside. Here's Newton. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Let's spread the floor.
Indiana making some changes. C.J.
Spacing.
Miles.
Spacing.
Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against Milwaukee.
You know, they played well enough to win, but to be honest with you, I just felt like their opponent's defensive performance was shaky at best.
Yeah, I'd go along with that, Greg. I mean, the game wasn't handed to them, but they definitely didn't have to work as hard for it as they should have.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Kemp is out there with Terrence Ross. And it's Hill in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Clippers played some outstanding basketball. He ended up with 50 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Just absolutely incredible numbers from him in a game you didn't want to miss. So glad we were here to watch it, Kevin.
Thanks for the great report, Doris. Guys, the way he carried them that night, I thought was truly incredible.
Unreal. I mean, he was literally on another planet in that game. He did it all on the floor.
What's interesting to me, guys, is to see how much energy he's able to play with here tonight. I mean, his legs still have to be a little heavy from that last game.
Now here's Curry, following the miss by Kyle Lowry.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off. He's given them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And George with the stuff.
And the lead just grows on that ridiculous offensive sequence.
You know, Clark, that dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Yeah, that just added more to it.
And you know, guys, right now, they're starting to flatline, just hanging on here for dear life.
Pacers leading by 10. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And that's 12 points for Freak. The Raptors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Outside DeRozan. Ross dishes to Lowry. To the middle. It's deflected. And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Justin Holiday's checked in for Indiana. And Toronto also making a switch. Joseph, he's checked in for Kyle Lowry. The shot by Curry, no good. Raptors trail by 10. It's stolen by Curry. And Curry with the clear path to the hoop.
Oh, he's just dangling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger, Clark, right now.
Yeah, it's with them.
And guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Here's Curry following the score by DeMar DeRozan.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Joseph with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Joseph with the ball. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's the 3. No good. So Indiana will take it the other way. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Detroit, where they'll face the Pistons. It's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. The Raptors making a switch here. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime.
Coach, what are the...
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well.
Talk about great numbers for Curry. He has 14 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. On the court for Indiana, Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Then it's Turner. Then it's Curry. And it's Holmes in at the 4 slot. Now here's Joseph. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Great positioning on the putback.
Tell you what, coaches love to see that kind of hustle, guys. I mean, getting after it on the offensive board, that's always a winning play.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hustle's great, guys, but I think we all prefer to see the finish when you can go up and throw it down like that.
DeRozan in the corner. Stuckey brings the double team. The pass to Newton. On the wing, DeRozan. Gets a very good look and converts. DeRozan's got 8 points. Pacers leading by 16. Here's the screen. Curry kicks to Turner. Back to Curry. Right at the free throw line. No good. Now Toronto takes it the other way.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
DeRozan against George. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. For Toronto, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement, so that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
The Pacers making a switch here. Hill's checked in.
It has been a 3-point barrage for them since halftime.
Not sure if it's been by design or simply by accident, but either way, it has been impressive.
DeRozan a screen on Curry. Curry brings the double. Here's Newton. And again, no good by Toronto.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Joseph with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. That's good from Joseph on the assist from Ross. 6 points for Joseph.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
And Ross with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came upright with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
It's stolen. And now the fast break. Ross with the ball. Here's Joseph again, Toronto.
Wow, got that one off right in the face of the big fella. Nice quick fire release.
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing